WWE has already messed up the Queen's Crown tournament. What the hell was that, Bruce? We are live, man! WWE has ruined the Queen's Crown tournament already. You had one simple thing to do, yet the tournament is being run by two old geezers who don't appreciate women's professional wrestling. Seth Rollins challenged Edge to a Hell in a Cell match that will take place in Saudi Arabia at Crown Jewel. Are we sure it's a good thing to put Seth Rollins inside a Hell in a Cell? CM Punk had his best match in AEW to date against Daniel Garcia. And Brian Cage wrestles Ricky Starks in the main event for the FTW Championship. And one can only hope Melissa Santos is at home, not complaining anymore. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to go over it all, including a major report about Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns that scares the living shit out of me. We are live on YouTube, and this is the only post show you need on your Friday night. This is Off the Script. What is going on, guys? Thank you so very much for joining me right here on Off the Script. This is your Smackdown and AEW Rampage post show for October 8th, 2021. I am your host, JD, from New York, and this is the OTS venue. Thank you guys very much for joining me on your Friday nights. Dear WWE, you had one very simple thing to do. I hate being right. I really, really hate being right all the time, man. Humor me. Make it a little bit more difficult for me, man. Right now, I'm playing on easy mode when it comes to WWE. I don't like playing on easy mode all the time, man. I want a challenge at some point. I like a challenge at some point. Vince McMahon, Bruce Pritchard, John Laurinaitis, people power! People power! Women's wrestling! It doesn't sell! But I'm married to one of the Bella twins' mother. Or both of them, actually. One of them. Who gives a shit? He's a fucking diva lover. Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard had one job to do, and that is to make a tournament that is not only important, but prestigious at the same time. WWE has failed to do that. I don't get the logic in WWE booking the way that they did tonight. Now, the men's side of the King of the Ring tournament is fine. I don't like the fact that there are 2 New Day members in the tournament on the same fucking brand, but I'll hold judgment. I'll reserve myself until I get to Monday night. The men's side of the tournament is actually okay. I see it playing out pretty decently, just based off the matches that we got tonight. Finn Balor and Cesaro. Couldn't ask for anything better, man. That's what I ask for when I look at a King of the Ring round 1 match. That is how you book a tournament match. Now imagine you take that match and you take people who don't usually get opportunity, and you take that match and you give it to somebody like a Ricochet, somebody like a Kevin Owens, somebody like a Keith Lee, Bear Claw Keith Lee, right? Imagine you give a match like that to one of those guys. Karrion Kross is another one. Not even in the tournament. WWE would have a brand new superstar on their hands, but they're not in the business of building new superstars, man. Only superstars that Vince McMahon has his old eye on. You had one fucking job to do. One. And that is to make me excited about a king and queen of the ring. Because that's exactly what it is. Fuck this queen's crown shit. Queen of the ring. WWE is loading Saudi Arabia. Crown Jewel. It's actually looking better on paper. If you look at this show on paper, it's better than WrestleMania. If you look at this show on paper, it's bigger and better than SummerSlam. Why do they get the bigger show? Oh, because they're being paid handsomely, right? How much for this show? 70 million? How much? WWE is loading up Crown Jewel. I ask, why do we need... Now, I think this is still the plan. It may change. I have no fucking idea, but this is the last thing that I heard. Why do we need the King and Queen of the Ring final to take place in Saudi Arabia at Crown Jewel? Why? You do realize that rushing through a tournament kind of eliminates the aspect of holding a King of the Ring tournament. You know, holding this final 2 weeks from today in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, it takes away an opportunity for most of the people who don't get an opportunity, takes that opportunity away from them, and they're not able to compete in a tournament. Why is this final for both men and women's tournaments not happening at Survivor Series? Because it's exactly how I envisioned it. One bracket for SmackDown and one bracket for Raw. On both sides, men and women. But the thing is, WWE is rushing through a tournament and they're eliminating the entire, prestigious, important, building new stars, look at who is now up and coming on the roster. They're eliminating all of that because they have to rush through a tournament in 2 weeks to have the finals happen in Saudi Arabia instead of happening at Survivor Series, which would give WWE enough time to build a proper tournament and to give more opportunity to people who aren't in the tournament. You do realize that the people missing from this tournament are the ones who absolutely need the fucking tournament. Last time you did it in 2019, you did 16 men in the tournament. Why are we going backwards? And why have we reduced this tournament to 8 men and 8 women? Did you put any fucking thought into it whatsoever? Who came up with these brackets? Rey Mysterio versus Sami Zayn. Fine. Good match. It plays into the Sami Zayn and Rey Mysterio storyline with Dominic. Finn Balor and Cesaro. Excellent match. Excellent match. That match is what I would expect from all the matches in this tournament. Then we got Kofi Kingston versus Jinder Mahal. And then Xavier Woods versus Ricochet. Why do we need 2 members of the New Day in the same tournament? Why do we have 2 members of the New Day taking opportunities away from somebody who hasn't gotten an opportunity in WWE? Kofi Kingston's spot could have easily went to Karrion Kross. Kofi Kingston's spot could have easily went to Keith Lee. Kofi Kingston's spot could have easily went to a John Morrison. WWE is absolutely regressing. Worse and worse every single time when they do these types of stunts. There's no need for 2 members of the New Day in the same tournament. Not with 8 fucking people. So we got 2 members of the New Day filling out a field of 8. How are you okay with this? Why would anybody be okay with that? What's the fucking point of having a tournament? This is not what the King of the Ring is for. This is not what the King of the Ring was meant to be. Rewarding those that have already been rewarded handsomely. The New Day does not need a King of the Ring. One member of the New Day is already the WWE champion. They've been tag team champions 13 fucking times. The fuck you gotta give them a King of the Ring for? You know Xavier's been lobbying for a fucking King of the Ring. Why is Sami Zayn in the fucking tournament? I love Sami Zayn, but don't get me fucking twisted. Sami Zayn can't go to the final in Saudi Arabia. He's not going over there. He hasn't made a trip yet. So why is he in the fucking tournament? If WWE did this thing at Survivor Series, then you would have been able to have, I don't know, an entire fucking month of television booked. 16 men, 16 women. You could have even had fun with a G1 Climax type of tournament. No, but WWE doesn't give a shit. They use this thing as a fucking rating stunt. Oh, look at our season premiere. Oh, look, we got a King and Queen's Crown tournament. So you're using these tournaments as a way to get viewership on your creatively fucking terrible program. Don't get me started on the fucking women's tournament. This shit sucks. This Queen's Crown tournament is already a fucking failure. We're not even out of round 1 yet. You have somebody like Toni Storm in the tournament who hasn't had a fucking thing to do outside of sit in catering on Friday night. You put her against somebody who's lost 97% of her matches on Friday night, and you have her lose in 2 minutes? Who booked that fucking match? And who made that final decision? Toni Storm, 2 minutes against Vega, losing? When this tournament should be built around somebody like Toni Storm. And how fun would it have been if Toni Storm on one end meets Doudrop on the other, and they're actually best friends? Now, but fuck that. Fuck that. Or maybe Toni Storm meeting Shayna Baszler in the final. That would have been good too. I believe they met in the Mae Young Classic. I'm not really sure. Maybe. Toni Storm loses in 2 minutes. Then the other one, who a lot of people in the community actually predicted to win this thing because, I don't know, everybody feels like she's getting the short end of the stick in Liv Morgan. Another woman in the company who WWE should be using this tournament to build, not bury. Not only does WWE book her in a fucking ridiculous match again with Carmella, but this Carmella face mask bullshit. I'm the most beautiful woman in WWE. Listen, honey, I don't want you to take your home life with Graves and play it out on fucking TV. Keep that shit in the bedroom. I don't give a shit what you look like. I want a tournament for the women that you're giving me with the men. Why can't we get the same match that we got with Balor and Cesaro in the women's tournament? You don't think Toni Storm can go fucking 15 minutes with somebody in that tournament and deliver a match in the tournament that actually equals prestigious and important? And hey, look at how great this thing is going to be when I win it. Now, 2 minutes. Liv Morgan and Carmella went 1 minute and 30 seconds. It went 90 seconds. So, from my estimation, Toni Storm and Zelina Vega, plus Carmella and Liv Morgan, they equaled less than 3 minutes. Less than 3 minutes. Roman Reigns' entrance took 5 fucking minutes. That's what you think of the Queen's Crown tournament? I say, I don't even know why the fuck you have one. I don't. I really don't. It's a waste of my time. It's a waste of the fans' time. It's a waste of your time. And who booked these fucking brackets? Really? Toni Storm versus Zelina Vega, rematch. Liv Morgan versus Carmella, rematch. Dana Brooke versus Shayna Baszler, rematch. Then you got Doudrop versus Natalya. Where's my fucking pillow? Meanwhile, you have Shotzi Blackheart, Tegan Knox, Aaliyah, Xia Li, who you just called up. Where the fuck are they? You have a tournament without Shotzi Blackheart and Tegan Knox in it? Where the fuck are they? Did Shotzi get lost shopping at the fucking Halloween store? She's having more fun on Instagram dressing up for Halloween. We're not even there yet. Everybody wants to talk about equal rights, women, right? Everybody wants the equal amount of shit for the women, just like the men have. If this is the fucking case, now you know why I don't like it. Everybody's so fucking blind to the goddamn fact, oh, women deserve this, oh, women deserve that, women need this, women need that. Fuck that. If you're not going to give me what we need as far as quality goes, why the fuck am I here? Why do you waste our time? You know when I'll be on board by giving the women what they need? You know when I'll say, yeah, let's give the women this just like the men. When Bruce Pritchard, John Laurinaitis, and Vince McMahon are fucking dead. That's when. You have an entire division of women, and you want to book this shit in 90 fucking seconds? You want to book this shit in 2 weeks so that you could get a women's match and 2 women's matches in Saudi Arabia, right? Fuck you and your goddamn fucking politics. This is why the interest in the fucking company is dead. Dead. They do everything but what is right. Everything. You're pandering to a fucking agenda because you have to. Yeah, we gotta feature women on the show. But when you feature the fucking women on the show, we get 90-second matches and we get Toni Storm buried. Buried. What's wrong, Bruce? She's blonde. What's wrong with Toni Storm? Is she a little too thick for you? Huh? Does she not look like Carmella? Does she not look like a fucking stick figure? Or is it the fact that Toni Storm was on NXT when Triple H was battling AEW and you're punishing this poor woman for absolutely no reason? She was one of Triple H's team. She was a part of Triple H's team in the war against AEW. These people are all on a casualty list. Toni Storm is going to be buried because of her affiliation with NXT. There's absolutely no reason you call this woman up to the main roster and she has to sit in catering for 3 months and the extent of her matches don't last 10 minutes on the main roster. Calculate how long she's been in the ring since her debut. I guarantee you it comes under 6 minutes. Then you put her in this tournament and you have her lose to somebody whose middle name is fucking loser. By my estimation, if you lose to the biggest loser in the women's division, by default, that makes you a loser. Toni Storm is a loser. WWE has absolutely dropped the fucking ball on everything regarding this women's tournament. As far as I'm concerned, you can crown a fucking queen. I don't give a shit who it is. It could be Doudrop. It could be Dana Brooke. It could be Shayna Baszler. Watch them give it to Dana Brooke. I'll fucking piss my pants laughing. She's the queen, all right, of baking pies and catering. You're not gonna turn a fucking court jester into a queen. It don't work that way. WWE needed more time for these tournaments to really hit home. And they're rushing through it because of political bullshit. They're rushing through the women's tournament because the people in charge of this show hate women's wrestling. You put this tournament on any other promotion and they'll fucking knock it out of the park. A tournament in the women's division in WWE, they think it's divas. Johnny Laurinaitis thinks it's the divas era. Bruce Pritchard hates women's wrestling because he's a fat slob and none of them will give him any time of day. Women's wrestling doesn't sell to Bruce Pritchard. WWE should have easily did 16 each for the men and women. You have so many women in this division that are not receiving the proper opportunities, and you want to bypass those to put Dana fucking Brooke in the goddamn tournament and give Toni Storm 2 minutes to lose to Zelina Vega and Carmella beating Liv Morgan in 90 seconds. After tonight, the division is dead. I don't give a fuck who's on what show. If your name is not Sasha, Becky, Bianca, Charlotte, or Bayley, I'm not even including Asuka in that because they fucking destroyed Asuka all year. If you're not one of those 5 women, forget about it. You are worthless to them. You are expendable to them. You're just another number to them. Fuck WWE and fuck their version of women's wrestling. The women's revolution is dead in WWE. You can have something special, but until the people in charge are removed, this is exactly the product that you're going to get. Thank you guys for joining me tonight on Off the Script. This is your Smackdown and AEW Rampage post show for October 8th, 2021. Today sponsored by my great friends over at Blue Chew. BlueChew.com. You guys are going to use code JD at checkout to get your FREE sample. Make sure you guys go and check out Blue Chew, man. BlueChew.com. Code JD at checkout. Get your free sample. All you guys have to do is pay the $5 in shipping and handling. We got 1,900 in the venue right now. Thank you guys for joining me. Hit that thumbs up. We got 517 likes in the live stream chat. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. If you think Liv Morgan and Toni Storm deserve better, you hit that thumbs up right now. I want to see everybody hit that thumbs up if you have not done so, and I want to see those likes over 1,000. Right now. Make sure you guys follow me on social media at JD from NY206. That's Twitter and Instagram. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for all notifications. Make sure you guys hit that join button as well. We got a couple of members. We got 7 new members in the venue tonight. That's what I like to see, man. A lot of people want to sit VIP after that rant. Thank you guys very much. Continue to hit that join button. You're going to get access to the new OTS emotes in the live streams. And you guys are going to get access to those OTS badges next to your name as soon as you sign up. Go check out all the other videos that you might have missed on the channel, man. We uploaded a great video today, a banger of a video. Off the script extra, about 30 minutes long. We talk about the disaster that is women's wrestling over in WOW. Women of wrestling, already a fucking failure in my eyes. They hid every single negative tweet on their tweet yesterday about Tessa Blanchard's new t-shirt, mine included, that got over 327 likes on their Twitter page. More than anybody in the thread, even more than the fucking tweet that they put out about Tessa's t-shirt. Sucks to be right. Do better. Couldn't handle the heat? Get the fuck out of the kitchen, man. Titus don't want you. Any day now, I'll be blocked. So it is what it is. We talked about that. We talked about Alberto Del retard. Alberto Del Womanizer. He wants to be back in WWE. I'll take Ricardo Rodriguez. I'll welcome him back, man. I'll welcome him back, please. But Alberto, bro, you're not even capable of bussing tables at a Mexican restaurant, bro. Go away. Nobody wants you. So go check that out, man, on the homepage. NXT, AEW Dynamite, Monday Night Raw. We got a ton of content on the channel. Go and check it out. Patreon.com/JD from NY206. If you guys want to support on the Patreon side of things. And make sure you guys go check bonfire.com, man. Bonfire.com is the exclusive home of OTS. Go and get your new t-shirts today. I made it as easy as ever for you guys to go check the shop. Right underneath the video player, you guys are going to see t-shirts, man. Click it. Takes you right to Bonfire. Anything you want there, man. It'll take you right to Bonfire, and you order, and you get your t-shirt shipped in 2 weeks. Awesome. Thank you guys for all your support. Let's hit the SmackDown portion of OTS. They started with Bianca Belair, Sasha Banks, and Becky Lynch. We had all 3 of these women sign a contract for Crown Jewel. And Becky Lynch is sitting in the aisleway at a table, leaning back in an office chair, feet on the table, propped up, relaxed, like she is at home. Sasha Banks is on the announce table, standing up, dancing. And Bianca Belair is in the ring like a professional wrestler who wants her championship back. So, we got promos from all 3 of these people. And DeVille and Adam Pearce introduced this contract signing. So Lynch takes a seat at her own table. And like I said, it's set up in the entranceway. And says San Jose loves her, but who wouldn't love her? She starts taunting Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks. Becky warns that there will be payback. Banks asks if Lynch missed her because she knows the fans do. Sasha Banks is taunting Becky Lynch. Belair interrupts and says, listen, the only conversation we should be having is Banks signing the contract. Belair goes on and says Becky wasn't prepared at SummerSlam, just lucky. Belair brags about how every big moment in 2021 has had her name written all over it in the women's division. Belair challenges Banks and Lynch to come get in the ring right now and fight over the women's championship. Lynch and Banks clearly don't move. Belair is angry. She's in the ring. She starts tossing chairs and furniture out of the ring. Lynch brings up the 26-second win, and she tips her own table over and fakes some anger and intensity. She starts marching to the ring. Banks takes advantage, attacks Belair from behind. Lynch and Banks double team Belair until they go at it. Becky takes Belair down again. Banks just starts to unload on Becky with some kicks, but Becky turns it around. Belair then grabbed Becky from behind, and she started to unload on Becky Lynch. Belair then scooped both of them up at the same time in a KOD, her finishing move. So fans went crazy for this. It reminded me of when John Cena lifted Big Show and Edge up at the same time for an attitude adjustment. So she eventually gets both of them up, and then Sasha Banks slips out. Belair knocks Sasha down, put her on the table. She still got Becky up in the KOD. She delivers a KOD on Becky through the table, through Sasha, and it was a great, great visual. It was a great bump. Becky took a great bump onto Sasha. Bianca showed you how strong she really is. She actually had an easier time lifting these two up than she did throwing the office chair out of the ring a little bit earlier. And this is pretty much the confirmation that we're getting a triple threat match at Crown Jewel. Now, I'm excited for the match. The match should be fine just based on who is involved. It's going to be a great match. But my question is, why is WWE going about this match the way that they are when it is so overly predictable? WWE has Becky Lynch holding the SmackDown Women's Championship. Charlotte Flair was just moved from Raw to SmackDown with the... from Raw to SmackDown. I'm sorry. So fucking confusing. She was moved to Raw, from Raw to SmackDown with the Raw Women's Championship. Now, I don't know what the plan is for Charlotte Flair. I don't know who she's dropping that title to. I really don't even give a shit based on who we see is on the roster on Monday night. So Charlotte is on SmackDown with the Raw Women's Championship. She will be losing it in the next week or two before she goes over there completely. But the thing is, Becky is holding the SmackDown Women's Championship, and she's in a match with Bianca Belair, right? And both Becky and Bianca Belair are Monday Night Raw superstars. So clearly, Becky Lynch is not going to drop the title to Bianca Belair. Bianca Belair is on Raw. Becky Lynch is not going to retain this championship. Becky Lynch is a Monday Night Raw superstar. The only SmackDown superstar who is able to take the title to SmackDown is Sasha Banks. So that's exactly what is going to happen. Sasha Banks, in a very overly predictable manner, is going to win this triple threat match because she's the only one that makes sense, because the following night, WWE has the draft rules go into effect, and Sasha Banks is going to be the new SmackDown Women's Champion. Overly predictable. It's not a good predictable. It's overly predictable. But this is what WWE gets for listening to Fox, because they requested Charlotte be moved from Raw to SmackDown as the Raw Women's Champion. Now, who's she going to drop the title to? Who is Charlotte going to drop the title to? Who on that show right now is able to take that championship off of Charlotte Flair? Is it going to be Shayna Baszler? Shayna Baszler seems to be building herself up for something. I don't know if WWE would actually pull the trigger on Shayna Baszler, but then Shayna Baszler is also in the Queen's Crown tournament. She can't win the tournament and then win the Raw Women's Championship unless WWE has Shayna lose to Dana Brooke. And Dana Brooke gets her win back, 50-50 booking, which I'm not really all that surprised by. WWE has made a disaster of their booking situations, but nobody seems to understand this. It's just as bad on SmackDown's men's side. They got a major fucking problem with Roman Reigns being a top heel in the industry with no babyface challengers. And don't throw Jeff Hardy's name at me. Don't throw Ricochet's name at me. Don't throw Nakamura and Cesaro's names at me. Roman Reigns has no top baby faces outside of Drew McIntyre. And dropping the title to a Drew McIntyre is just as bad as his fucking history lessons. Nobody wants it. Nobody needs it. And Roman is not dropping a title to somebody that is pretty much an already made man. I'll talk about that more tomorrow on Off the Script. So WWE here with this triple threat match. Overly predictable. Sasha Banks is winning the SmackDown Women's Championship. She's getting her championship back. I'm still waiting for all the geeks out there that fucking criticized me and wanted to hang me on the fucking cross. Oh, but JD, this is going to make Bianca Belair look a little bit better. They're going to get Bianca a little bit more over. She's going to look better off for it. I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting. How is she going to look better when she's taking an L at Crown Jewel? You'll be waiting just as long as Rhea Ripley getting her revenge on Charlotte Flair. Good luck with that. JD was right again. Don't ever fucking question me. Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio, they were backstage with Kayla Braxton. She asked what it would mean to win the King of the Ring tournament. Rey says, other than being WWE Universal Champion, which is not happening because he's being moved to Raw with Dominic, being King of the Ring is the next best thing. Really? Really, Mr. Rey Mysterio? When was the last time we had a King of the Ring tournament? 2019. When was the last time we had a King of the Ring tournament before that? Had to be a decade, at least. So please tell me how winning the King of the Ring tournament is just as great or greater than winning the Universal Championship. When the WWE in the last fucking 10 years have done the tournament twice. Give me a break. If WWE wanted to make this important, it would be an annual thing. But it's not. Because they're fucking lazy. Rey Mysterio and Sami Zayn. This was an excellent match to start the King of the Ring tournament. So the bell rang. Zayn went right for the haluva kick on Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio avoided it, rolled him up for a near fall off of the haluva kick. Only got a 2 count. Mysterio was in control. Zayn hit a powerbomb. Zayn rolled out of the ring, but Mysterio hit a big flip dive over the top rope, caught Zayn with a Hurricane Rana. That looked crazy. Mysterio then regained control. He did his little Eddie Guerrero tribute. Fans broke into a loud Eddie chant in San Jose. Zayn then recovered. He sent Mysterio shoulder first into the ring post as Rey slid underneath the bottom rope and hit shoulder first on the steel post, rolled to the outside. Zayn went for the haluva kick again, but Mysterio avoided it, followed up with a code red for a near fall. They fought on the top rope. Zayn knocked him down. Mysterio recovered to the springboard Hurricane Rana. Mysterio missed a springboard crossbody. Zayn went for a blue thunder bomb. Mysterio countered with a Hurricane Rana and set up for the 619. Zayn avoided it. He went for the blue thunder bomb again and got a 2 3/4 on the near fall. I love Sami Zayn and the blue thunder bomb near fall, man. I love it. I just wish he would actually switch those fucking moves around. I really would love to see it. Have the haluva kick be the setup and then have the blue thunder bomb be a finishing move. That blue thunder bomb that Sami Zayn does, man, every time he does it, it looks fucking beautiful. I love it. He does it so perfect. So, Zayn then pulled off the top turnbuckle pad and backed Mysterio into the opposite corner. Dominic is out there. He picked up the pad and tried putting it back on the turnbuckle to help his father. Mysterio then hit a senton on Zayn. He went for a cover, got a 2 count. Rey noticed Dominic and yelled at him to get off the apron. Zayn then pushed Mysterio into Dominic and rolled him up for the win as Rey Mysterio loses round 1 of the King of the Ring tournament. After the match, Sami Zayn put on the cape and put on the crown that were displayed on stage, and he looks damn good as a possible King of the Ring winner. Now, like I mentioned before, Sami Zayn is not winning the King of the Ring. I don't believe he's going to Saudi Arabia. So this is yet another predictable outcome that isn't a good predictable. It's a bad predictable. But Sami Zayn, you know, I think he's got the makings of a great king. It usually goes to a heel anyway. I just wish WWE did not have the fucking finals take place in 2 weeks at Crown Jewel, or next a week and a half, because it really defeats the fucking purpose of some of these matches even happening. And it doesn't give enough time, like I said in the open, for these matches to really breathe and deliver on how important the tournament really is. Rey Mysterio says this is just as good as winning the Universal Championship. No, it's not. It hasn't been in decades. So why start now? If WWE actually listened to my fucking ideas, then maybe it would be just as great. If WWE brought this thing back every single year, then that is a statement that I could take to be a believable one. I can't. This was a great match, but what does it mean? Sami Zayn is eventually going to go on to next week's winner and lose. They recap Seth Rollins and Edge. Taylor Braxton interviewed Rollins and asked if he crossed the line by breaking into Edge's home last week, which I actually thoroughly enjoyed. It's no Brian Pillman and Stone Cold Steve Austin, but I enjoyed the break-in of Edge's home. So, Rollins says that is the narrative, but let's review the facts. He points to how Edge is mocked, ridiculed, embarrassed, and humiliated him. But he still managed to beat Edge after SummerSlam. Is Rollins celebrated or anything like that? No. Of course not. He's called a monster and he's demonized. But that's fine. You can celebrate Edge and not celebrate me. That's fine. Rollins says for the past few weeks, he's still been the bigger man, challenging Edge to figure out once and for all who's the bigger man, but we've heard nothing from Edge. Rollins says he told Edge he was going to his house, and he did, to get an answer to his challenge. So no, he hasn't crossed any lines, and more importantly, he still hasn't received an answer to his challenge. Rollins doesn't even know why he's talking to Kayla about this. She has no power to do anything about it. Rollins excused himself so that he can go find someone who does have the power. I liked what Rollins said about why he broke into Edge's home. This sick, demented fuck. I love it. He justified himself walking into another man's home because he said, I told you I was going to your house to get an answer to the challenge, and you were not there. You didn't believe I was going to do it. But I did. You weren't home. I kept my end of the deal. I love this sick and psychotic version of Rollins, man. Rollins is probably doing right now, and I've been very hard on Seth. I have. But I think this feud with Edge will probably go down as one of the best of WWE's year on the main roster. And I honestly think it's brought out a rejuvenated life in Seth Rollins. I really do. Edge has been masterful since he's been back. He fits in like a fucking glove on WWE television. He's been booked perfectly. His feud with Orton was a little too much, but the body of work in that feud, the promos, that big, greatest match ever that they had, it was great. For what it was great. And Rollins has probably benefited from Edge being back more so than anybody else. This is why guys like Edge are back. For him to be used in this situation and to wrestle somebody like Seth Rollins, it is paying off tenfold for Seth Rollins. He's doing the best work of his heel run right now. I don't want to say the best work of his life, but he's doing the best work of his heel run right now. He's finally found a groove. He's finally found a gimmick and a character that is gelling and it is enjoyable to watch. His promo work has been great. Him dipping in and out of just, feeling remorse and then being psychotic, justifying himself for these evil actions. That is the work of a good heel. And Seth Rollins is killing it right now. He really is. So I can really appreciate that because I myself am a heel and I love heel work. I do. And what I'm seeing right now from Rollins is thoroughly enjoyable. Zelina Vega versus Toni Storm. This one went 2 minutes. Don't know how much I can rant about this. But this was awful. Toni Storm cut a pre-recorded promo during the match. They finally gave her some words to remember and cut a promo with. Storm said that after she wins the Queen's Crown tournament, that did not age well. She will rule the WWE with the boldness of Joan Jett, the tenacity of Bruce Springsteen, not Bruce Pritchard, Bruce Springsteen, and the epicness of Madonna. She goes on and mentions how she will be crowned the Queen of Rock. You know, when I look at Toni Storm, and this is no snide remark to a Joan Jett or a Bruce Springsteen or a Madonna, even though I don't really find myself to be a fan of any of these three musical artists. But I do not think of those artists when I look at Toni Storm. When I look at Toni Storm, I look at Guns N' Roses. I look at Rat. I look at Poison. I look at Motley Crue. I look at, who else? Aerosmith. Now, Aerosmith is lame. Twisted Sister. Those are the bands I think about when I look at Toni Storm. Bruce Springsteen? Do you see Bruce Springsteen in Toni Storm? Madonna? Well, who the fuck is writing this shit, man? Do you even know what you got in front of you? Zelina Vega wins in 2 minutes. Storm had the early advantage. Vega fought back with a Luthez press. Vega followed up with a knee. Slowed the pace down. Storm fought back with forearm shots and climbed to the top rope. But Vega pulled her off. Storm went for a backslide, but Vega countered with a code red for the win. Toni Storm is being punished, man. Until people tell me otherwise, somebody in WWE has a vendetta out for Toni Storm. She's getting punished for something that is well beyond her control. I'm going to say this, just like I said this about WWE's main roster and Vince's camp to Triple H. Toni Storm is NXT. Toni Storm is the old NXT. Everybody that represents the old NXT is going to get punished. She's being punished for reasons beyond her control. The same fate will happen to Shotzi, Tegan, Aaliyah, Xia Li. The same thing will happen when Io Shirai makes the main roster. The same thing will happen if Ember Moon makes it to the main roster again, which I hope to God is not something that's in her future. The same thing would happen to a Candice LeRae, a Raquel Gonzalez. Get used to it. Toni Storm is being punished because she represented the black and gold NXT. For whatever reason, I don't know why. Maybe she doesn't fit the current mold of what Bruce Pritchard and John Laurinaitis is. People power. You gotta lose some weight, Toni. You don't look like a Carmella. If you can't be on a swimsuit magazine, there's no room for you on the main roster. Meanwhile, Toni Storm probably is the most beautiful woman on the roster. You fucking serious? You gotta be fucking kidding me with the in-ring talent here that's being neglected. I don't understand this shit. All because she represented the old NXT, she's getting punished. Because AEW beat NXT. So everybody that is affiliated at one time or another with Triple H, they are going to get buried. Buried. Mad Smex in the chat. No, because she is shit. Really? Really, because she is shit. Enjoy your benching, you fucking zero IQ, blithering idiot. Because she's shit. Who's better? Huh? Who's better? Are you a fan of Dana Brooke? Are you a fan of Carmella or Zelina? Huh? Get the fuck out of my chat. I'm here behind the microphone and behind the camera. For you to say something like that goes to show you that you don't know a fucking thing. That's why I'm here and that's why you're watching me. Go type away on Twitter and say to everybody in the dark dwellings of Twitter, oh, JD benched me in his chat because I said something that was stated as an opinion. Fuck you. Fuck you. Give me a break. She's being punished. Meanwhile, this is a woman that could be at the center of this division and build this division around her. Toni Storm should be where Bianca Belair is right now, but she's where Dana Brooke is. If anybody finds that to be acceptable, I'd love for you to tell me why. And then I'll sit here like I did this fucking idiot here that just got benched and get you the fuck out of here. Roman Reigns. He had a message for Brock Lesnar. So we got Roman Reigns, the Usos, and Paul Heyman out there. So he gives a shout out, Roman does, after his 5-minute intro. Roman Reigns gives a shout out to San Jose. And this is easily becoming one of my favorite things all week on pro wrestling television, man. Roman Reigns says the name of whatever city they're in. Tonight it was San Jose, Philadelphia, New York, Miami. Stands there in the ring. He embraces the hate and the heat coming down upon him. San Jose, acknowledge me. Love it. Man, did that get over very, very, very quick in front of a live audience. This is why Roman's heel shtick needed to happen in front of a live audience. I hate the fact, I'm glad we're getting it now, but I hate the fact that WWE turned him heel in the emptiness of the Thunderdome. Really. But I love it. San Jose, acknowledge me. So Heyman is there, and Reigns says the same thing to San Jose. This man got the Usos back on SmackDown like I asked. Paul Heyman, acknowledge him. Reigns says he loves Heyman. Heyman then says he loves the tribal chief as well. Usos also love Paul Heyman. He loves them. It's a love fest going around. Reigns says Heyman is the wise man to the bloodline, and right now he needs to have Heyman be wise and come clean. Fans are chanting for Suplex City. Reigns says, whoa. Suplex City doesn't exist because this is the island of relevancy. Reigns wants Heyman to admit he's responsible for Lesnar's free agency. Heyman says he's in a terrible position because no matter what he says, it will sound like he's spinning things in his story. Heyman says he's been with Reigns' family for 40 years. Reigns stares him down. Heyman says Reigns chose him, rescued him, saved him to be his counsel because he knew Heyman is a wise man. Heyman has been accused of many things and is guilty of even more, he says. But he's never been accused of being stupid, and pulling the trigger now on a scheme to dethrone Roman Reigns would be stupid. Why pull the trigger before Crown Jewel? Wouldn't the best thing be to stay in Reigns' circle of trust, then leak a plan to Brock Lesnar? Heyman goes on ranting and says only a stupid man would do that, and Reigns would never choose a stupid man to be his counsel. Heyman says Lesnar can't stand the fact that at Crown Jewel, the conqueror will be conquered by Roman. Reigns puts out his hand, and before Heyman has anything else to say, he asked for the microphone. Paul Heyman hands it over. Reigns doesn't want Heyman to tell him. He wants Heyman to look into the camera and tell Brock himself. Reigns says, don't worry, I will protect you because I can. So fans are chanting, we want Lesnar. Heyman lets the fans die down with their chant. He looks into the camera, he dresses Lesnar, and says he has to give him credit for teaching a lesson on this one. Heyman says Lesnar knows what will happen to him at Crown Jewel. They had a discussion years ago, and Lesnar has met his match, Roman Reigns. Heyman goes on about how Reigns will walk out of Crown Jewel as the champion, and that's just not a prediction, Brock. That is a spoiler, and you can believe that. Heyman tosses the microphone, drops to his knees, bows to Roman Reigns, and hands over the Universal Championship to the Tribal Chief. This was an excellent segment. But that's not really saying much. You guys already knew that. I'm very excited about this Reigns-Lesnar match. I think it's going to be must-see. But there is something that scares the living shit out of me, and that is this news story that WWE has bigger plans for Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar after Crown Jewel. What are they? I don't know. But all I know is that WWE has a great track record of doing things that are fucked up. WWE needs to realize that Roman Reigns losing the championship right now is a fucking mistake. You do not, under any circumstances, take the championship off of Roman Reigns to put it on anybody. Especially somebody who's only there for 8 to 10 matches in a year and a half. Who's only contracted to do 25 dates. That is not the guy you put the title on. That is not the guy you have beat Roman Reigns. Dave Meltzer reported in the latest edition of the Wrestling Observer newsletter that this feud is going to continue for quite a long time. Meltzer noted that this is not a one-and-done program unless WWE can get The Rock to work with Reigns at Mania, which doesn't seem likely right now due to his busy Hollywood schedule. Then Lesnar vs. Reigns is the biggest match possible the company can make at this show, WrestleMania. The report noted the idea here is to build to a return, whether that means Lesnar wins to build to a rematch or some disputed decision takes place. As seen on television, Paul Heyman is a big part of the storyline as he's been aligned with Reigns ever since the big dog made his return at last year's SummerSlam due to Lesnar not being under contract with the company. WWE has incorporated that on TV in the lead up to Crown Jewel, as Reigns has questioned whether Heyman actually knew Lesnar was going to show up at this year's SummerSlam and the moves Lesnar has been making. That genuinely scares the living shit out of me, man. Honestly. WWE, if they think about putting the title on Lesnar, they're going to wipe away the last year and a half for Brock Lesnar, who doesn't need anything else. I don't know how many times I can tell you. What Roman Reigns is doing right now is rarely seen, especially in World Wrestling Entertainment. You have this now, you hold on to it, and you cherish it. You take it and you yield it. And you just take that and you give it to somebody that is going to use that and turn it around to make you money and you make into the next Roman Reigns. What Roman Reigns has right now is an Undertaker-like streak going on for himself. It's not the same thing as the Undertaker streak. Don't mix up my words. But it is a very Undertaker-esque Universal Championship streak right now. The momentum he has should easily be transferred to somebody else that will be built into the next Roman Reigns. Lesnar is not it. McIntyre's not it. There's nobody on SmackDown right now that is even worth the time of day. You want to build this feud up now through October, November, December, January, February, March, April, 7 months. You want Lesnar and Reigns to be feuding for 7 months. Now, I know Roman's probably going to have feuds thrown in there. But how many feuds do you have on SmackDown right now that Roman's going to really sink his teeth into? There's nobody worthy of a Universal Championship match on SmackDown after the draft except Drew McIntyre. So what exactly are you doing here? What are your plans? I wouldn't book Lesnar versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. Why do we need this feud to go on all the way through WrestleMania? Now, like I said, Roman Reigns is probably going to have opponents thrown in between, but I don't want Lesnar winning the Royal Rumble. I don't want Lesnar getting another title shot. I don't want Paul Heyman turning on Roman Reigns, even though that is probably where this is headed. How long can he be with Roman Reigns before it starts getting old? How long is he going to be without Brock? The match that WWE should do if they're not getting The Rock at WrestleMania is Drew McIntyre versus Roman Reigns. That's what should be. And you should be building up Monday Night Raw to win the Royal Rumble. You should be building up a Karrion Kross or a Damian Priest or a Keith Lee to win the Royal Rumble. Drew McIntyre's on SmackDown. He can win the Elimination Chamber if there is indeed an Elimination Chamber this year. Build the Elimination Chamber around the number one contendership for the WWE Universal Championship. Have him win that because nobody wants to see him win the Royal Rumble again. He's not the type of babyface that WWE wants or the WWE fans want to see win the Royal Rumble a second time. We've been through that. Have him win the chamber. Have him get the championship match. Have Roman beat him and move on. Move on. Do a shake-up. Get Roman some new opponents and start building his summer. Is WWE even going to be able to maintain Roman Reigns holding the championship through WrestleMania 38 on through WrestleMania 39? It sounds like they're getting bored. It sounds like they're getting to a point where their backs are against the wall. We got nobody. What are we going to do? And even if you put the title on Brock, what good is that going to do the championship? What good is that going to do SmackDown? And what good is that going to do anybody? You're right back to square one. There's nobody for Roman. There's going to be nobody for Brock. And nobody wants to see Drew McIntyre wrestle Roman and Brock again. They are in some deep fucking shit. You didn't hear it from me, though. I've only been fucking preaching to the choir for the last 6 fucking weeks. Give me a break. Seth Rollins approached Adam Pearce backstage and Sonya Deville. Rollins wants to know if Edge is going to be here tonight or not. Adam Pearce says Edge was scheduled to be here until Rollins went to his house last week. Rollins says he will be waiting in the ring at the end of the show for Edge's answer. But it will be on Adam Pearce and Sonya Deville if Edge doesn't show up, and if he doesn't, their little show won't end well. Rollins says if Pearce and Deville do run into Edge before he does, he needs them to return something to him. He hands them a photo of Edge and Beth Phoenix kissing. He confiscated it from his home. Pearce and Deville aren't impressed, and Rollins walked off laughing. Carmella versus Toni Storm. Oh, no, not Toni Storm. I got fucking Toni Storm on the mind because of how WWE got her fucked up in this tournament. Carmella versus Liv Morgan. Another one who WWE fucked up, just like Toni Storm. Carmella and Liv Morgan. Carmella is playing her mind games again. She stalls as the bell rang. She goes to the outside. Her makeup crew put on this face mask that looks absolutely fucking ridiculous. Carmella enters the ring and Liv takes her down for a 2 count because that's what she did when she entered the ring. Carmella goes right for the code of silence submission. Liv grabs the mask to try and get out of the submission hold. Carmella yells at Liv Morgan, complains to the referee. Carmella runs into an elbow. They go back and forth. Liv drops Carmella with 2 big kicks, goes for a cover, gets a 2 count. Carmella worked over Liv on the mat. Ground and pound. Liv kicks out of a cover. Carmella traps Liv in the ropes. Hangs her neck up on the middle rope. Super kicks her. And that was enough for the win. So I guess now this feud is over. Liv Morgan can go back to catering. And the face mask that she puts on to protect her beautiful face because she's the most beautiful woman in the WWE, she says, is no longer needed. So now we're looking at a Queen's Crown Tournament Round 2 match with Carmella and Zelina Vega. This is what John Laurinaitis, people power, thinks is women's wrestling. Meanwhile, you had Liv Morgan and Toni Storm, which probably would have been much, much better in the second round, but WWE opts to go with the blonde and the loser. It's great. Excuse me while I don't watch and don't care about the SmackDown side of the tournament. And I'm barely caring right now about the Monday Night Raw side, and the only reason why I am is because of Shayna Baszler. Doudrop, Natty, and Dana Brooke don't speak to me as Queen of the Ring. Or Queen's Crown. Whatever the fuck you want to call it. Kayla Braxton was backstage with Mace. Yes, this is what's coming to SmackDown, folks. Mace. Asking about coming over from Raw in the WWE draft and competing on Friday night. Mace says to compete implies that there is competition, and he didn't see anyone on his level when he looked in the locker room. Yes, because Roman Reigns is not competition. Right? Mace thinks he's greater than Roman Reigns. Awesome. Mace says that there is just prey. Mace says he's not coming to SmackDown to compete. He's coming to annihilate. That's exactly what Bruce Pritchard says about the NXT talent. They're not coming to the main roster to be successful. They're coming to the main roster for me to annihilate. Sounds like a Bruce Pritchard word, folks. Right in his wheelhouse. Right in his vocabulary. Annihilate, bury, oblivion. God, words like that. Obliteration, right? Dead. Happy Corbin. Happy Corbin's out there with Madcap Moss. Still trying to figure out why it's Madcap and not Mad Cat. Mad Cat sounds a lot cooler. Is he going to be one of these guys that wears a different top hat every week? Madcap Moss. We see last week's backstage video, which we didn't need to see. Corbin introduced Moss, talked about how he keeps Corbin happy by always cracking jokes. Moss then cracked a joke, a very bad one that I did not laugh at. I didn't even laugh at last week's joke. This guy's a shitty comedian. Probably goes to the comedian school that Dolph Ziggler runs. So we're back in the ring and we see Happy Corbin getting ready for another thrilling rendition of Happy Talk. Corbin is in the ring. Moss is there with him. Corbin has Moss crack a bad joke. Kevin Owens' music hits. He comes out. Moss meets Owens at ringside. Owens beats him up. Owens storms to the ring, tries to attack Corbin. They brawl, and Owens goes for a stunner, but Moss runs in, makes the save. Corbin and Moss double team Owens now. Owens goes down. They start laughing at Kevin Owens. Moss drives Owens into the mat with, it looked like a cutter. And Corbin and Moss continue laughing, standing over Owens as the segment comes to a close. Kevin Owens has, what is it, October? It's October 8th. November, December, January. Legitimately about 3 months left to go. This man's got 3 months left to go. They are doing absolutely nothing to convince me otherwise that they're burying this guy just like they did Jon Moxley on his way out of the company. What the fuck are you doing? This guy's moving to Monday Night Raw. Everybody's like, oh, well, he's going to be booked better on Monday Night Raw. No, he's not. No, he's not. Guarantee you the first thing that they got this guy do is do a fucking KO show with whoever he's going to be feuding with next. They got no plans for Kevin Owens. And what I say is Kevin Owens should have no fucking plan on staying in WWE. Get the fuck out. They clearly value nothing about you. Go somewhere where they speak your language, and that is professional wrestler. Like Excalibur says, the home of professional wrestling. Adam Pearce and Sonya Deville were backstage. Naomi walks in, wonders why she's not in the Queen's Crown tournament. I'm wondering why as well. Where's Naomi? Where is Naomi? But we got Zelina Vega, who hasn't won a fucking match outside her last match, I believe, right? What, she got 2 wins? 2 wins out of what? 17? Deville says Naomi isn't worthy. Not worthy of being queen or not even being worthy of being on the SmackDown roster. Naomi protests. They got some words back and forth. Deville says she's not done with Naomi on SmackDown just yet. I ain't sending you anywhere. Deville says Naomi has a match next week And Naomi says, oh, yeah? Against who? And Sonya Deville says, me. So we're finally getting Sonya Deville versus Naomi on SmackDown. Good. Let's see if WWE does the right thing and builds Naomi up like everybody wants. But what people want on social media, WWE usually does the opposite. Finn Balor versus Cesaro. This is a first-round match for the King of the Ring tournament. This was awesome. This was probably the best thing on the show, by far and away the best thing on the show. So we're going to pick it up, middle of the match. We go to commercial break. We're back from break. Balor is fighting out of the corner on the defensive. He's trying to get back on the offensive. And they start trading big strikes in the middle of the ring. Balor catches Cesaro, drives him into the mat with a near fall. We see the crown on display on the stage. And everybody's talking about how prestigious this is and how this is going to make or break somebody's career. Balor charges and kicks Cesaro over, stomps away. So Cesaro comes with the uppercuts. Balor fights back with a sling blade. Balor then takes out Cesaro on the apron now, shot to the jaw. Balor goes to the top. Cesaro leaps up with a stiff uppercut. Back and forth they go. Cesaro ends up hitting a big superplex. Forced him over, man. Test of strength there by Cesaro. Excellent looking superplex. Balor kicks out at 2. Cesaro goes into a crossface submission. Balor drags Cesaro to the ropes to break it. Balor then rolls Cesaro into a modified pin attempt. Cesaro comes right back with a stiff right hand. Balor avoids the Cesaro swing. So Cesaro charges into the corner and knocks the ring post as Balor moves. Cesaro rolls to the floor, takes a little bit of a break for himself. Balor runs the ropes, leaps out, takes Cesaro down with his signature dive. Balor brings it back in, drop kicks Cesaro into the turnbuckle. Fans go crazy. Balor goes to the top. He nails the coup de grace. Balor goes for the cover. 1, 2, 3. He advances in the King of the Ring tournament. So we got Balor versus Zayn. If you guys remember, Balor coming up to SmackDown, his first match was against Sami Zayn. So I guess we got a little bit of a, I don't want to say long-term booking, but a little bit of a, I guess, storyline arc here with Sami Zayn and Finn Balor. But like I told you before, Finn Balor is probably going to the finals with not Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn's not going to Saudi Arabia. Finn Balor's probably going to the finals. And if I look on the Monday Night Raw side, I look at Xavier Woods and Ricochet. Ricochet ain't winning shit. Xavier Woods is going to the finals. I don't think that they do Kofi versus Xavier, but I do think that may be an intriguing match if they do want to do that. I don't see that happening, though. But I would not be surprised if WWE wants to do Xavier versus Kofi. I think Kofi loses to Jinder Mahal. Jinder Mahal! So it's going to be Jinder Mahal versus Xavier Woods. This gives WWE a reason to, I guess, push Jinder Mahal. I honestly think they'll send Jinder Mahal over to Saudi Arabia, and he'll lose to Finn Balor, and Finn Balor's going to be not Prince Balor, but King Balor. That's what they're going with. Because the reports are WWE wants to push Balor big time on Monday Night Raw. And having him win King of the Ring may just do that for WWE. SmackDown's going to be on FS1 next week. It's a supersized episode of SmackDown. We got the Queen's Crown and King of the Ring semifinals. Brock Lesnar's going to be on the show. Sasha Banks versus Becky Lynch in a non-title match. And I read somewhere that it may, and Naomi versus Sonya Deville, I can't forget that. I read somewhere that it's going to be 2.5 hours. I don't know if that is legit or not. I don't know why it would be 2.5 hours, but it's being moved to FS1 because of the playoffs, the MLB playoffs. So that's that. Rollins is in the ring, and fans are booing Rollins, chanting Edge's name. Rollins tells Edge to come on out. And what happened to Edge? What happened to the rated R superstar? What happened to the ultimate opportunist? Rollins is laughing. Says he knows what happened to that guy. Rollins ended him with one stomp at Madison Square Garden. If you won't show up and answer the challenge, then I'm going to take that as an admission that Rollins is not Edge Light and that Rollins is better than Edge in every possible way, he says. Rollins says Edge is not only disappointing him, but he's disappointing the fans and, more importantly, his family. Rollins can't imagine what it's like for Edge's daughters to know he's no longer an inspiration, but now he's a coward. It must break their little hearts into tiny pieces. The big screen shows Edge arriving at SmackDown in San Jose, hops out of a SUV. He is fucking pissed. He charges to the ring. His music hits. Edge marches to the ring. Rollins is ready for a fight. Edge appears in the arena. Crowd goes crazy. Rollins goes to ringside, brings a steel chair in the ring. Edge rushes to the ring, takes Rollins down with a big spear. Immediately. Rollins goes right to the floor. Edge follows, beating him over the announce desk. Pat McAfee's headset got fucking dragged off his head. He almost went flying into the fucking steel steps. Got caught in the crossfire of these two brawling on the outside. He used the headset as a weapon at one point. Edge brought Rollins back in the ring. He took the rod off the steel chair, off its hinges, just like he did in his feud with Roman Reigns. And he tried to use it in a crossface, or was going to use it in a crossface on Rollins, but Rollins retreats and he escapes. Edge takes the microphone. He says, "You, me, hell in a cell." And that's the way SmackDown goes off the air. I love this. I would love it even more if WWE hasn't given us 6 fucking Hell in a Cell matches this year, or somewhere around that number. They have given us a lot of Hell in a Cell matches. They gave us Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. They gave us a fucking Hell in a Cell match on Monday Night Raw just because USA Network got upset that Fox was getting all the love and they wanted something on their end too, right? We got one on SmackDown, I believe, right? How many Hell in a Cell matches did we get this year? I would love this even more if WWE hasn't ruined the gimmick and overexposed the gimmick in this year alone. WWE has something going on right now with Rollins and Edge that makes a lot of sense. The Hell in a Cell match does make sense. That's the one positive out of it all. If WWE hasn't done all these Hell in a Cell matches, then this would be fucking great. It's probably going to be a great match. I hope that they actually bring value to the Hell in a Cell, or at least a little bit more value than what we've seen so far in recent years to this Hell in a Cell match. I knew they were going to do it in Saudi Arabia. Edge is going to win the match. Edge is going to get his revenge. Just the way things are going to be. Crown Jewel's looking like a can't-miss show. I'll be live for it on Thursday. I like the fact that this Hell in a Cell match is happening. It makes sense. And I joked around on social media, is it wise to put Seth Rollins inside a Hell in a Cell after the last time we saw him in Hell in a Cell with Bray Wyatt, The Fiend, and how terrible that match was, how hokey that match was, and how that match ended in a fucking disqualification or no contest? Is Rollins inside Hell in a Cell a smart move? Because he had no say in what happened with Bray. Is he going to have a say on what happens with Edge inside Hell in a Cell? Now, this is a different Rollins. This is Edge. Bray Wyatt is not Edge. I'm hoping for the best here. WWE has oversaturated its programming with Hell in a Cell matches. These matches don't seem special anymore. Announcements like this really kind of rub off as whatever. Rolls right off your fucking back as whatever, man. Another Hell in a Cell match. That's exactly the reason that WWE is in the position that they're in right now. Nothing is fucking special on their shows. They think quantity over quality is the way to go. If there wasn't one Hell in a Cell match this year, this announcement would have been, oh my God, this is fucking great. I can't wait for it. I'm looking forward to the match, but not like I should be because of WWE giving us too many matches and overexposing the gimmick and throwing the gimmick away as if it's just an ordinary match. I do like the announcement. I wish it was a little bit more important. The Hell in a Cell stipulation makes sense for this feud. This is the type of feud that the Hell in a Cell match should be utilized in. These gimmick pay-per-views, for this sole reason, need to fucking die. They need to go away. So that announcements like this are a lot more important. But I'm looking forward to the match, just because I think this is the best main roster feud of 2021 for WWE. We got 2,000 in the venue tonight. I appreciate you guys very much. I'm still waiting for 1,000 likes, man. I'm still waiting for 1,000 likes. What's going on here? Have I not given you fucking the best post show in the IWC tonight? Am I not on my game? We got 872 likes in the chat, man. We need 1,000 at least. You gotta give me 50%. You gotta meet me halfway. Hit that thumbs up, man. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for all notifications. Continue to join the channel, man. We got 7 new VIPs in the chat tonight. Thank you, guys. Tonight's show is sponsored by Blue Chew, man. BlueChew.com. Code JD at checkout. You guys need to get on that Blue Chew, man. Fall is here. We could all use a little stiff breeze, if you catch my drift. That's right, guys. Blue Chew is once again sponsoring Off the Script. There are a lot of people out there, man, that suffer from a lack of confidence. That's where Blue Chew comes in, man. Confidence can take you far in life. It could also take you far in the bedroom, especially when it comes to stepping up to the plate and getting down to business. Blue Chew is a unique online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, but in chewable tablets, and it comes at a fraction of the cost. You can take them anytime, day or night. You can plan ahead, be ready whenever the opportunity arises. And the process is very simple. You sign up at BlueChew.com. You consult with one of their licensed online medical providers, and once you are approved, you'll receive your prescription within days. And the best part is, it's all done online. No visits to the doctor's office, no awkward conversations, no waiting in line at the pharmacy. And Blue Chew's tablets are made in the USA, prepared and shipped direct to your front door in a very discreet package. After what Bruce Pritchard did to the Queen's Crown tournament, man, you guys are going to need Blue Chew until this tournament ends. So you better sign up now at BlueChew.com. Use our promo code JD at checkout. All you guys got to do is pay the $5 shipping and handling. That's BlueChew.com, promo code JD. Receive your first month free. And I want to thank Blue Chew for once again sponsoring the Smackdown and AEW post show for Rampage right here on Off the Script. Appreciate you guys very much, man. Always show love to the sponsors, man. Always show love to the sponsors. Every time I promote the sponsors on the show, that means that they want to remain with the family. And if they are going to remain with the family, you guys are going to have to support them. And I appreciate you guys doing that, because Blue Chew has been here for a couple of years, and we love having them. AEW Rampage. Philadelphia. This felt like a much better show than last week. Rampage felt like a much better show than last week. And I mean that very much, man. Last week just felt blah. You know it's taped. I hate the tape show. I really do. But Philadelphia brought it, man. For these 4 hours that they were there, they brought it. They taped Dark. They taped Dynamite. They taped Rampage. You guys were lively throughout, and I really appreciate the Philadelphia fans. Plus, you got CM Punk wrestling in the open of the show, man. That's always a welcome sight. He wrestled Daniel Garcia, and this was an excellent, excellent match. Now, clearly, Punk is not going to lose to Daniel Garcia, and I haven't really caught on with all the Daniel Garcia hype in AEW. But man, oh man, can the kid wrestle? He is really fucking good. He really is. And how old is he? 23 years old? The kid can wrestle. I hear it and I see it a lot on social media. And a lot of people say, imagine Daniel Garcia when he really gets going. Meaning, wait till he matures a little bit. Wait till he gets a little bit older. You haven't seen anything yet. If he's this good now, wait till you get him 3-4 years from now. It's going to be crazy. Some people are comparing his style to a Zack Sabre Jr. I don't know if I'd go that far, but I think he wrestles a little bit more of my style. Zack Sabre Jr. puts me to sleep. I don't like that style. It's not for me. He's a great wrestler, but it's not for me. I can't watch a Zack Sabre Jr. match. I can't do it. CM Punk, he hasn't lost a step. I honestly think this was his best match in AEW so far. I thought this match was better than the Will Hobbs match. I thought this match was better than the Darby Allin match at All Out. I thought he brought it with Daniel Garcia tonight, and this was a hell of an opener on Rampage tonight. Big time Philly love for CM Punk. They got some nice mat work right at the top. 2.0. They worked over Punk's leg behind the referee's back. They were doing their little slide back and forth. Wrapped his leg around the ring post. We go to commercial break. Garcia continued to work on Punk's leg. He got a big sharpshooter on CM Punk. And Punk made his comeback, nailing Garcia with a leg lariat. Neck breaker. Went for a cover. Got a 2 count. Punk went for some short arm clotheslines. Garcia countered into an angle slam. He went for a scorpion deathlock, like I mentioned, or a sharpshooter. Punk battled out with fists. He got back with another short arm clothesline. He transitioned into a Pepsi twist. Got a near fall for Punk. He went for the GTS. Garcia rolled through. Got Punk in a scorpion deathlock. Punk almost made it to the ropes and was able to escape the hold when Garcia pulled or tried to pull him into the center of the ring. Punk then sent a charging Garcia into all of the members of 2.0 when they got up on the apron because they tried to interfere again. Punk then came off the top of the crossbody to the floor on all 3 guys. Punk then back in the ring, nailed a springboard clothesline. Picture perfect pile driver that looked absolutely fucking devastating. Punk then got on the Anaconda of Ice, and Garcia tapped out. Great match for CM Punk tonight. And I thought it was his best match in AEW to date. If anybody is still thinking that Punk has lost a step, you got to be out of your fucking mind. You clearly are not watching the same show that we are watching. The Lucha Brothers, they defeated the Acclaimed for the AEW Tag Team Championships, or retained, I should say. The Tag Team Championships against the Acclaimed. They jumped the Lucha Brothers before the bell even rang. Max Caster sent Phoenix into the ring post head first before the bell. So they got the advantage early on. Bowens caught Phoenix with a shot from the boombox as he went for a tope through the ropes. And that's what gave the Acclaimed the advantage in this match early on against the Lucha Brothers. They used a double team leg sweep on Penta. They got a near fall on Penta. Penta got a Cazadora on Bowens, flew into a DDT on Caster, got a hot tag to Phoenix. Phoenix then took it to the skies with Bowens, kicks. Caster ran in, he got a hook kick. Phoenix hit a stunner on Bowens. Caster came back with a super kick on Phoenix that he sold by flipping onto his fucking head. Doesn't know how to always kill himself in these matches. Soon everybody hit everybody with super kicks. It was a super kick party. Both teams were selling on the mat. So the ending came when Phoenix and Bowens were in the ring. Bowens hit a Uranagi side slam on Phoenix, set up for the mic drop from Max Caster. Penta pushed Caster off the top and then hit a double foot stomp on Bowens. Penta and Caster then were together, and Phoenix came in. Double team pile driver by the Lucha Brothers. And that was it as they pinned Max Caster. 1, 2, 3. They win in about 5 minutes for the Tag Team Championships, and they retain the AEW Tag Team titles. Don't know where we're going with the Tag Team Championships. I assume we're going to be getting the Lucha Brothers versus Santana and Ortiz at some point, and I do think that is going to be one hell of a feud. I don't know how it's going to be written or what it's going to be about, but if that is the case, there really is no other team right now for the Lucha Brothers. I mean, it could be FTR. They seem to be running through these little teams, Varsity Blondes, the Acclaimed. They need a big team to step up to the plate. And I do think that's going to be proud and powerful. I do think we're getting that match at Full Gear, and I think it's going to be something that a lot of people are going to want to keep an eye on. These two teams, they feuded. They did some of the best work in the year that they feuded in Impact Wrestling, man. People were talking about these matches. They legitimately made a name for themselves in the United States based off these matches together. So much so that House of Glory got wind of it, and we did even a variation of it in House of Glory with Santana and Ortiz, then LAX. Now they're Proud and Powerful against Penta and Sami Callihan. And that match was fucking one of the best matches that I think I called with Solomonster. One of the most fun matches I've called. It was fucking chaotic. Loved it. That's what's going to be. I really don't know who else is on the radar for the Lucha Brothers to win those tag team championships. And I don't think, it's right for the Lucha Brothers to have the titles and then drop them immediately. Maybe we get a long, drawn-out feud and Proud and Powerful don't win the tag team titles immediately. Maybe we have that happen and the switch is made next year. I don't know. They're hot. They're over. They don't deserve a short reign. They deserve to hold those championships and really make a name for themselves with those tag team championships. And we're getting a match next week with Andrade choosing a AAA tag team to go up against Penta and Phoenix on Dynamite. I don't know who it's going to be. It's going to be very interesting on who he picks, man. But the forbidden door is open with AAA, so it could legitimately be anybody. Jade Cargill, she defeated Sky Blue in 1 minute. Cargill hit a fallaway slam, pump kick, glam slam. That's it. Sky Blue got 1 minute on TV. Thanks for coming. Cargill tried to beat down Sky Blue after the match, but Thunder Rosa ran in with a steel chair, sent Cargill running for safety. And this is exactly what Jesse and I talked about on Wednesday night during the post show for Dynamite. It looks like they're setting up Thunder Rosa versus Jade Cargill. Jade Cargill is not going to be undefeated for that much longer. This is going to be all that Thunder Rosa needs to take that women's championship off of Britt Baker. When she beats the undefeated Jade Cargill, that will put her in position for Britt Baker and the AEW Women's Championship. And that's the match that everybody wants, and that's the transition from Britt to Thunder. That's what's going to happen. Thunder Rosa is going to be the new women's champion. But having her beat Jade Cargill, that's the type of woman you want beating Jade Cargill. I don't think Jade Cargill has done really anything with this undefeated streak to lose to a semi-nobody. Thunder Rosa can use that in turn to raise her ranking in the women's division and then go after Britt Baker. That's the right move. That's the right move. It's going to protect Jade Cargill because it's fucking Thunder Rosa. Losing to Thunder Rosa is not a bad thing. She's Thunder Rosa. Jade Cargill gets protected in that loss just based on who she is. And then Thunder Rosa can use that to her advantage to go after Britt because she beat the undefeated Jade Cargill. It works. So for everybody that may have a problem with Jade Cargill losing, oh my God, she ain't ready. She ain't ready for Britt. She's not ready for the TBS title. She's not ready yet. Stop being impatient. This is like WWE calling up Hit Row. This is like WWE calling up Ridge Holland. She's not ready. They are not ready. She needs at least another year, at least. And from what I've seen, I don't really see any real progression anyway. Why are we so quick to put championships on people that aren't ready on an in-ring aspect? She looks like she's carved from fucking granite, but she's not ready. We're not putting championships on people that look like they're carved from stone. It's got to be more than just looks. Jade Cargill's got that down perfect. Now she's got to take the in-ring ability and at least bring it up to a point where it's respectable. You know, a lot of people are making fun of Punk's Just for Men beard. He's got gray in his beard. Do you guys make fun of me about my beard? Seen some people making fun of CM Punk's beard in the chat. If you're making fun of Punk's beard, then you're making fun of my beard because I got the salt and pepper look too. And I love the salt and pepper look because nobody can really achieve that just on their own, man. It just naturally grows in that way. So why are we making fun of CM Punk's gray in his beard? He's an old man? The old man had a 4-star match tonight with Daniel Garcia. Cut him a break. Cut him a break. Rampage next week, live from Miami. Seidel versus Punk. Bunny versus Soho. Jericho, Hager, Guevara versus Men of the Year and Junior Dos Santos. Dynamite, Saturday, live. Bobby Fish versus Bryan Danielson. The Lucha Brothers defend the AAA Tag Team titles against a masked tag team known only to be close friends of Andrade El Idolo. We don't know who they are. Malachi Black versus Dante Martin. Get the body bag ready. And a world title eliminator tournament. The brackets for the tournament will be revealed on Dynamite. The finals of the tournament, I believe, are going to take place at Full Gear. I don't know who's in this tournament. I don't know who to even think about winning this tournament. But I'm assuming Adam Page versus Omega will happen when he cashes in the chip against Omega at Full Gear. And the winner of this tournament is the next in line to win the next in line to challenge the world champion, whoever, Omega or Hangman, whoever wins that match. Should be good. Should be good. Ricky Starks, Brian Cage, Philly Street Fight. Main event for the FTW Championship. You know, I'm finding it very difficult to care, and I love Ricky Starks. I think Brian Cage is one hell of an athlete, man. I do. I think Brian Cage is being misused. I don't think this feud is doing anybody any favors. I don't think any of these guys look any better after this match. I don't think any of these guys look any better after this feud. Ricky Starks needs to move away from Brian Cage. Brian Cage needs to move away from Ricky Starks. We need to end this immediately. Nobody looks better off for it at all. Cage. He pump handle suplex Stark into a trash can. Went for a near fall. Hook ran in with the FTW belt, tried to take advantage of Cage, but Cage caught him with a clothesline. Hook. All you hookers out there. He finally took his first bump in AEW. Finally. Now we know Hook can take a bump. His hair got slightly messed up. That may have angered the ladies out there that find Hook to be eye candy. Sorry about that, ladies. The hookers out there are not pleased. So, Hobbs ran in, and he got taken out as well. Starks hit Cage with the title belt. Spear. Starks hit a spear on Cage. He went for a near fall, got a 2 count. Starks went for a second spear, but Cage ducked, and Starks ran headfirst into a chair that had been wedged between the second and third turnbuckles. Cage hit a discus lariat, thought it was the end of the match, but Hobbs ran in and broke it up. Cage hit Hobbs with a enziguri. Then Cage went for a superplex on Hobbs. Hook ran back in, nailed Cage with a low blow. Starks came up bloody after the steel chair shot. He ran his head into the steel chair. He came up bloodied. And then he hit the finishing move, or his finishing move on Cage, and got the 1, 2, 3. Taz left commentary to go celebrate with his team Taz, and that is the way Rampage went off the air. I hope the feud is over. I hope somewhere Melissa Santos is thanking Tony Khan for putting Brian Cage in a main event spot on Rampage. There you go, honey. Your husband got a main event spot on AEW television. Hopefully they could find something else a little bit more meaningful for him to do. Maybe he'll be in the Eliminator tournament. I don't know. But Rampage was very well paced tonight. Rampage was a lot better paced tonight than it was last week. It was a much better show than it was last week. Don't know how it's going to do in the ratings because you got the Giants and the Dodgers playing tonight. So it may be going up against some stiff competition. It may actually be down in the ratings, which I find to be fucking hilarious. A lot of people on social media were complaining about Dynamite being down in the ratings. Dynamite's drowning in the ratings, they say. They went up against the fucking Cardinals And who? The Dodgers. It's the Cardinals and the Dodgers in the wild card game. But the thing is, AEW is still ranked in the top 5. AEW was still over 1 million, well over 1 million in the viewership. So how is that a loss? How is that a fucking loss? St. Louis and LA did a 1.4 in the demo. So why is anybody looking at AEW against the Dodgers and Cardinals on Wednesday night as a bad thing? They were still over 1 million. Man, the geeks online, man, you keep pushing them goalposts back, man. You're always looking for something to complain about. Shut the fuck up. You don't know jack shit. Nobody uses common sense or logic in the community. You all fucking think with your dicks hanging out. Look at me. I got a big fucking cock and balls. Look at me spew hate online every day. Look at me not touching grass, talking pro wrestling 24/7 online to strangers that couldn't give a single shit about who you are or what you talk about. Fucking ridiculous, man. Social media is AIDS. It really is. Oh, my goodness. That's all I got for you guys, man. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the show. We're over 1,000 likes, man. I appreciate you guys very, very much. I appreciate you guys very, very much. It is last call in the venue, guys. It's the last call in the venue. Make sure you guys get those super chats in. Get them on in. We got our cold beverage. We got our music. Let's go over some super chats, man. Thank you guys so much for joining me. If you guys would like to hang out, I'd love to have you here. As Jesse sweeps and mops the fucking venue, man, and fills the ice machine and straightens out my bar and puts all the alcoholic beverages in alphabetical order. I'd love to have you here, man. Hit that thumbs up. If you guys have not hit the thumbs up, please do so. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for all notifications. And make sure you guys go check out all the other videos on the channel if you missed them. We got a great extra uploaded today. Go and check that out. Great extra uploaded yesterday. Talking about Braun Strowman begging for his job back with WWE. Dynamite, NXT, Raw, loaded week. Go check it out. Go and check it out, man. And go check out Blue Chew. BlueChew.com. Use code JD at checkouts for your free FREE sample. Let's start at the top here, man. We got Ray Warrior with a $19.99 super chat. Thank you, Ray Warrior. Man, I was waiting on Becky to tell them it was a joke when she compared herself to Roman and Brock. I forgot to mention that because I found that to be utterly ridiculous. Keep up the good work, JD. You are awesome. Becky Lynch had the gall to compare herself to Roman and Brock Lesnar tonight on SmackDown. She's nowhere in the same discussion. Let this be known. She's not even on the same planet. Thank you, Ray Warrior. I appreciate you, brother. $20. Thank you so much, man. We got a $5 UK super chat from VWO for life, Von Wagner. Bro, Von Wagner's going to be in action on Tuesday night. Teaming with Kyle O'Reilly against Pete Dunne and Ridge Holland. Can we just have a minute of silence for Liv Morgan and Toni Storm? What the fuck were they thinking? I'm scared that the final will be Zelina versus Catering. Also, VWO for life. Thank you, Von Wagner. Bro, we got to get Von Wagner to follow us on Twitter. We got to get Tony D'Angelo to follow us on Twitter today, too, man. I mean, not today. I'd like for them to follow me. That's the goal. Tony D'Angelo and Von Wagner. Jacob Donnelly with a $5 super chat. If SmackDown had Hook, it would be a much better show. Hashtag Team Hook. Hashtag Hookers. You guys are fucking crazy, man. Thank you, Jacob. Hologram with a $5 super chat. One by one, they will fall victim to the VWO. Off the Script is on another level. Thanks for all the content you give us every day. Hashtag OTS for life. Thank you, Hologram. Appreciate you, brother. We got a $5 super chat from Jim. Rampage was awesome tonight. SmackDown sucked. Honestly, dude, I could not make it all the way through SmackDown. JD rules. Thank you, Jim. Balor and Cesaro, Sami Zayn, and Rey Mysterio were really good. Reigns' promo was good. There were some things about SmackDown I liked, but the majority of the show is just unwatchable with some of their booking decisions, man. WWE had one opportunity to make the King of the Ring and the Queen's Crown their version of professional wrestling. We all know what WWE thinks of professional wrestling. It's a joke to them. Patrick Charles and Call Me Hunter Baby become new members in the venue. Thank you guys very, very much. Hunter Baby and Patrick, what are you guys drinking? This round is on me. VWO for life. Von Wagner with a $5 UK super chat. I swear, if Shannon gets buried by catering, I will throw my new 65-inch TV out my window and I'll sign with AEW so Von Wagner will be all elite. Hey, Fire Sox, 2017 in the chat. Go fuck yourself, bro. Oh, but JD, you cuss too much. What are you, a pussy? Go watch Wrestle Talk. They wear fucking masks over there and act like children. Daniel Easterday is a member for 19 months. Do we have Daniel Easterday? The first one about to get a gold microphone in the chat? Oh my goodness, man. Proud to be a member as long as I have. I've enjoyed every episode. Nobody does it better than you. Thank you for all that you do. WWE should be ashamed. Daniel Easterday, thank you, brother. You're going to have that gold microphone in about 5 months, bro. Golden Boy becomes a new member in the venue. John becomes a new member in the venue. What are you guys drinking, man? Round is on me. Slimed ya out with a $1.99 super chat. Bro, why you shy? Leaving no message. Put it in the tip jar. The bartenders are working very hard for you, man. I don't need it. VWO for life. Von Wagner with a $5 UK super chat. Why isn't Von Wagner in the King of the Ring tournament? Do they really want me to sign with AEW and start VWO Revolution there? I don't know why Von Wagner's not in the King of the Ring tournament, man. He'd be an odds-on favorite, no question. Eddie Hazard with a $4.99 super chat. I didn't watch SmackDown, but I thought Rampage was the best it's been in weeks tonight. Headlined by one of the brightest stars in the business. Hashtag send hook. Man, you hookers are fucking crazy, man, I tell you. I got my boy Kotz. Manic Destroyer becoming a new member in the chat, man. Kotz and I have shared several cold beverages before, man. I don't know what the fuck he's drinking nowadays, but all his rounds are on me. Yeezus with a $9.99 super chat. Watch Jinder Mahal win because of Crown Jewel. More excited for AEW's tournaments. Bro, they got the TBS Women's Tournament. They got the Owen Hart Tournament. They got the Eliminator Tournament. I hope that Owen Hart Tournament is a G1 Climax style tournament, man. It needs to be. It really does. Montrell Rather with a $2 super chat. Thanks for the review. You're the best, JD. Montrell, thank you, brother. I want to say I know, but Most of you already know this. King Mo with a $1.99 super chat. King of the Ring hasn't been good in 15 years. Too predictable. Thumbs down. Yeah, the brackets are a little underwhelming, man. Montreal Rather with $5 super chat. Carmella wearing a face mask. We all know her tag team. If they make another mixed match challenge, God help us all. God help us all. Slade Wilson and JPA 545 become members in the OTS venue. What are you guys drinking, man? Your rounds are on me. Tyler Brittingham. $4.99 super chat. JD, you're the best, bro. Do you think Full Gear main event will be Bryan or Hangman versus Kenny? It's going to be Hangman versus Kenny, brother. I foresee Bryan versus Adam Cole, baby, at Full Gear. And if that is the top 2 matches for the show, they already got my money. Take my money. Montreal Rather with a $5 super chat. What's going on with Lacey Evans and Cardi B thing? If you know, what's your thoughts? Bro, I have no fucking idea. And quite honestly, Montreal, I don't want to know. I could not give a single shit. I really don't. Paul Van Tassel with a $5 super chat. The Women's Queen Tournament was a joke. Yes. They fucked it up already. King Mo with a $5 super chat. I miss Mae Young Classic 1 and 2. WWF Gold and WWE has gold in their women's division. They deserve more. So much potential, and it's getting wasted. Thumbs down for this shit. Thank you, King Mo. Slimed you out with a $5 super chat. There he is. There he is, bro. Leaving a message. Don't want, need to see the rated R superstar kissing babies at breakfast and getting lunch ready for school. What the hell is this? Hashtag DMD needs no glove with me. Ooh. Bro, watch what you say about the doctor, bro. I may get chugs on you. Bay's not going to be too happy with you. Thank you, man. Eric Newton with a $5 super chat. This version of Roman should have ended Taker's streak and not Brock. If anyone should have ended it, this would have given Roman much more prestige. Listen, bro. Roman wasn't even ready at that point, man. And The Undertaker, if he was still undefeated at this point, it wouldn't have even mattered. It would have never even been important with the way he's wrestled. He probably wouldn't even be able to wrestle. The streak should have ended at WrestleMania 25. Shawn Michaels should have ended the streak. That was the night, that was the moment, that was the guy. And WWE used it to sell network subscriptions. Hey, look, if you're not signed up for the network, you're going to be missing this. And that's what they did. Brock Lesnar with a $2 super chat. Sable got that wop. It's dripping like a waterfall. Now I know why you weren't on the show tonight, Lesnar. Thank you. Thank you for that vital information, bro. Montreal Rather with a $2 super chat. Mad Cow Moss sounds better with Corbin. Mad Cow? Mad Cat Moss sounds better. That's what it should be. Jericho 8131 with a $5 super chat. In a perfect world, we would have had Toni and Baszler in the finals, but WWE hates doing anything cool and loves doing anything to spite the fans. Looking at the brackets before these matches took place, I would have made that the tournament. Half of this fucking tournament shouldn't even be in the tournament. Doudrop shouldn't be there. Dana Brooke shouldn't be there. Natalya shouldn't be there. Zelina Vega shouldn't be there. Carmella shouldn't be there. 5 of the 8 women don't even belong there. Slimed you out with a $5 super chat. They don't care. They ended Taker. Why not Roman? They have no clue. I hope Brett returns soon. LOL. Hashtag JD Takeover. Hashtag Kayla Backshots. Hashtag DMD needs no glove with me. Bro, watch how you talk about Kayla Braxton. I'm warning you right now. Jedi Punk with a $5 super chat. Is it just me, or do those crowns look like they dug in them out of a junkyard? Might end up being the same junkyard AEW buries WWE in. Bro, I don't know where they got those crowns from. That shit looks like it was bought at a fucking Halloween shop, bro. Honestly. Cell Dweller Fangirl with a $7.99 Australia mate super chat. Sasha wins the SmackDown title, like you said. How long till the android takes it off of her and begins burying the division again? Bro, if Sasha wins the title, are we now burdened with Charlotte and Sasha matches? Jesus fucking Christ, man. They don't know what to do with Sasha, man. Hologram, I do not know Kayla Braxton. I do not. Gotham Guy with a $5 super chat. With the Queen of the Ring tournament looking like it will end like a wet fart, do you think this bodes well for the AEW Women's TBS tournament to shine? Yes. Because the show and the tournament is being booked by Tony Khan, not Bruce fucking Pritchard and Johnny Laryngitis. People power. Tony Brown with a $9.99 super chat. JD, remember when you were little and you got something you know you hated as a present? That's Vince McMahon's booking. He's going to gift us so bad, I don't trust his Roman booking. OTS for life, young man. Roman should remain undefeated, man. Roman should retire with that championship. Don't even tease it. Don't even put it out in the open. I'm telling you right now. There is legitimately nobody on that roster that is ready to take the title off of Roman, including Brock Lesnar. Jedi Punk 85 with a $2 super chat. CM Punk future FTW champion. No. Captain Solo with a $5 super chat. Kevin Owens, Ricochet, Tony Storm need to give Tony Khan a call when their WWE slave contracts expire. They need to be all elite, baby. Can't sign everybody, man. Johnny Gargano's also a free agent. Amadou So with a $10 super chat. Hey, JD, if WWE offered you a spot as head of creative, would you take it? P.S. Off the script is the only thing keeping me sane throughout the week. Thanks. Amadou, I would not take it, and the only way I would take it is if Bruce Pritchard, John Laryngitis, and Vince McMahon are removed, and I'm able to do what I need to do. Jerry Ramey with a $10 super chat. It would suit AEW perfectly to get a developmental system. WCW had the power plant. WWE had OVW, FCW, and the good NXT. It's something worth looking into. Jerry, they got the Nightmare Factory. They got the Nightmare Factory. And everybody being taught by Cody Rhodes and Dustin Rhodes and QT Marshall. Captain Solo with a $2 super chat. JD, that rant on the women was epic. I needed that. Everybody needs it. Everybody needs to know what the fuck is going on here. Silent One, $2 super chat. Been in every live stream ever. Love OTS and JD. Thank you, Silent One. Appreciate you, man. And thank you for showing up to the stream earlier on the second channel as I played Metroid Dread. Awesome. Brock Lesnar with a $2 super chat. I pounded Sable from behind while she moaned. Listen, bro. Nobody needs to hear your bedroom antics, man. Keep that shit at home. The Undertaker with a $2 super chat. I may leave Michelle for Hook. Yo, Taker, I didn't know you were a hooker, bro. It's crazy. Namros Singh with a $5 super chat. An SGD super chat. I have no idea what that is. I wish YouTube would fucking tell me instead of abbreviating it, man. Thanks for the review, JD. Crazy how it's been 2 years of AEW. Still remember where I was when I watched Cody and Sami wrestle the first match on Dynamite. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Reggie Brackett becomes a new member in the venue. What are you drinking, Reggie Brackett? Round is on me, brother. Scorpio 1117 with a $2 super chat. Jade Cargill is fire. She may look it, she don't wrestle it. Hooligan with a $5 super chat. Prayer emojis and heart emojis to the NYC Demon Diva. Hope she feels better soon. Yes. Yes. Shout out to Issa, the NYC Demon Diva, and her Demonites. She is not feeling well at all, man. It is not COVID. She said it's not COVID, but she feels like death, and nothing she has gotten to get better is working. So, everybody in the chat, shout out to Issa. Throw Issa up some prayer emojis in the chat. Thoughts and prayers go out to Issa to get better, man. Susan D'Ambrosio with a $5 super chat. Awesome review tonight. VWO and OTS for life. Much love to you and the OTS family. Thank you, Susan. Brock Lesnar with a $2 super chat. Sable loves to swallow. It's amazing. It's quite the visual you have given us all, Brock Lesnar. Thank you. Thank you. Reverend Davey Thompson with a $5 super chat. Prayers up for the NYC Demon Diva. JD, you are the best. Thank you, Reverend. Marcus Gunn with a $5 super chat. JD, can't wait to see Jade get better in the ring, and her losing to Thunder is going to elevate her. Jade Cargill losing to Thunder Rosa is not a bad thing. It's not. People need to understand that. Brock Lesnar with a $2 super chat. Sable's kitty cat is a little sore from my pounding. Brock, listen, I don't know whether you need to be in the chat or on Pornhub, bro. Go. Get out of the venue, man. It sounds like you got a fucking problem. Go get that taken care of, bro. Jerry Ramey with a $10 super chat. I love that. The more Vince screws up, the more Boss Man Khan nails Grand Slams. Keep up the great work, JD. Thank you, Jerry. Tony Khan is Booker of the Year for a second year in a row, man. Not even close. Brock Lesnar with a $2 super chat. When I pound Sable, she can't walk for weeks. I don't know, man. Maybe we should hit up Terry Runnels, bro. She apparently had some derogatory things to say about what you're working with down there, man. She said pretty much it ain't an F5. It's an F1. Mr. Dark Ace with a $20 super chat. I was at Dynamite and Rampage with the family as the Leacourt Center was right across from Temple University where I attend. Show was amazing and enjoyed every minute of it. Felt great to see Punk wrestle again in person. Bro, Punk killed it tonight. Punk killed it tonight, man. Easily his best match in AEW in this short run so far. And shout out to Daniel Garcia, man. He killed it as well. Thank you for the 20, brother. Glad you had a good time at AEW. They always put on a great show. Jericho8131 with a $10 super chat. The tournament seems like a BS way to force more matches on the Saudi card. No effort, no care. Reminds me of when they did the World Cup tournament a few years ago. That's all it is, brother. It's a fucking agenda. That's all it is. WWE doesn't put any effort or creative into fucking a goddamn thing, man. Jesus with a $4.99 super chat. Titus Baking a at least you tried cake for Dana as we speak. Bro, Dana is not even worth a fucking participation trophy, man. Dana's the one that fucking celebrates 10th place participation trophies. Remember when you used to get them in Little League? Yes, hand out trophies to fucking losers. That's exactly what it is. Mr. Dark Ace with a $10 super chat. The fans even went as far as cheer the wrestlers as we saw them leave the venue in their cars and tour bus, and Tony Khan had his driver stop and thanked us for seeing them off as they head to Miami. Tony Khan's a fucking beast, man. Tony Khan's a swell guy, man. I think I can have a beer or three with Tony Khan. Maybe one day that'll happen. Brock Lesnar with a $2 super chat. Sable can't go too long without them back shots. Bro, listen, you got some fucking issues, man. You really got some fucking issues. Really. Edgar Estrada with a $50 bomb. Edgar, what's up, man? Hey, JF&D. Happy Friday, OTS crew. Enjoyed Rampage thanks to Punk and Garcia, Lucha Brothers and the Acclaimed. Cage vs. Starks was fun to watch, but I agree with you. Hope this was the end. Von Wagner Mania is greater than Hulkamania. VWO for life. Have a great damn weekend, JD Edgar. Thank you, brother. I will. Or I'll at least try to. I'll try to have a good weekend. Jedi Punk with a $2 super chat. Here to do cowboy shit. WWE is just shit. OTS for life. Brock Lesnar with a $2 super chat. Jerry, it's pretty pink and large. Terry wants it. Bro, listen. Brock, listen. BlueChew.com. Use code JD at checkout, bro. You'll slay Sable and Terry at the same time, I promise you. I promise you, man. Sable won't be walking for months, never mind weeks. VWO for life. Von Wagner with a $2 UK super chat. Von Wagner will dethrone Roman. No, he will not. No, he will not. I gotta listen to that rock rap. Was that rock rap good? Can The Rock drop some bars? Oh, man. The Undertaker with a $2 super chat. Michelle saw my chat and wants to have a talk. Listen. You go do that, Undertaker. Don't piss off Michelle, man. She looks like a lovely woman. Anyway, guys, that is all I got for the super chats. I appreciate you guys very much, man. You guys are fucking crazy. Brock crippled Sable. Yes, Hooligrim. Brock absolutely destroyed Sable. She doesn't stand a chance. Guys, thank you very much, man. SmackDown portion of the review was epic. I got all of that off my chest. Can't stand the WWE when they make shit decisions. They genuinely don't care about their women's division. They don't care about us. They don't deserve half of the fucking talent they got. It's disgusting. It is absolutely disgusting, man. Rampage was a great show tonight. Flowed a lot better. It was the best Rampage in a couple of weeks, for sure. I will be back tomorrow with Off the Script. I got some recording to do tomorrow. I usually do it on Friday. I will do it tomorrow. Got some decent stories lined up for you tomorrow. Sunday, I'm taking the day off. I will be back on Monday with the live streams. Monday. And then Wednesday. And then Thursday. Next week is going to be a little bit of a struggle as far as content goes. I'm going away, guys. I am taking a much needed vacation. So you may not be getting a SmackDown, Rampage, or Dynamite post show on Friday and Saturday. You may not even be getting it off the script on Saturday. So I will keep you guys posted, but I will fill in the blanks on what's going to happen with the content. I'll be doing some extras all that week, next week. You may get actually more extras than anything. So look forward to that, because I want to at least make up for the work that I'm not going to be able to provide to you. But I'll keep you guys posted on what's going on. Follow me on social media at JD from NY206. That is on Twitter and Instagram. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for notifications. Make sure you guys go check Blue Chew, BlueChew.com. Code JD. Go check out all the other videos that you might have missed. Go check out the 2 extras from yesterday and today. All the other live streams are on the homepage. And go get yourself a t-shirt, man. Bonfire.com. Von Wagner with a $2 super chat. When are the VWO shirts coming? I have no idea, bro. One thing at a time. But I'll tell you this, guys. I'm about to get out of here. The Mustang is all ready to go. I'm looking right out my window. I see it now. I need 2 things from you guys right now, man. I need those guitar emojis and those Mustang emojis, if you got them, in the chat. And number 2, I need that music on max. I'll see you guys tomorrow for Off the Script. I'll see you guys later.